Hi, I'm Sangeeta Gopi. I'm sure you're all aware of OET 2.0, which will be prevalent from September 2018. That is the updated version of OET. So I'm here today to talk about the different changes that OET has made in its new version. And in the first of such series of our videos, today I bring before you listening and its changes. If you can see on the board, I have made two segments. The first one is the current version of OET Listening, and the second is the updated version of OET Listening, which is OET 2.0. And those of you who will be attempting the exam in September and after that, you will have to follow the updated version. Now let's have a quick comparison so that you will know clearly what are the expected changes. Well, currently the OET Listening is for 50 minutes. That's the duration of your listening exam. In the updated version, the test will shrink by 5 minutes. So the entire duration of your updated OET listening will be just 45 minutes. So yes, right from the time duration itself, the changes in the format has begun. Yes, in the updated or the, not in the updated, in the current version, we have two parts. There's a part A and a part B. Part A will be a consultation, which will be a 25-minute long audio clip. Of course, there will be pauses in between for you to read through the questions and to know what kind of answers you need to look for, but the entire audio recording will be for 25 minutes. Here, the question type is note taking. So you'll have a lot of blanks and you'll have to fill in by taking out the required notes. Now here basically you have to understand, you should be able to interpret and record detailed content. So this is the area that is being tested in the current part A of listening. You will also have to extract the relevant information, which means while taking down notes, you don't have to write down everything you listen to, but whatever is relevant, you need to write it down. So that brings us to taking down notes in real time. It's like probably you are with your doctor and he keeps dictating certain things and you take down notes real time because you will not have another opportunity to listen to what he said. Yeah, it's not being recorded when you are working in your particular hospital ward or a clinic. So similarly, you'll have to take down notes real time, and that's what exactly happens in part A of listening in the current version of OET. A quick comparison of part A of the current version to the updated version. Now like you can see, there are three parts. So in your new version of OET listening, you will have three parts. There will be a part A, a part B and a part C. Now part A is the current equivalent almost in terms of the areas that are being tested. Like in part A, you will have in the updated version 2 patient-led dialogues. Okay, so you will not listen to the health practitioner talking a lot, but you will be listening to the nurse, the patient. The nurse, the doctor or a vet or a physiotherapist will not be talking much, but it will be the patient who does the talking. So it will be 2 patient-led dialogues, and because there are 2 such dialogues, each will be 4.5 minutes long. And part A, which is right now 25-minute long test, is reduced to a 15-minute section. And because there are 2 patient-led dialogues, you have 12 questions each, which totals to 24 questions. So in part A, you will be answering around 24 questions. In the current format, there is no fixed question type as such. So it could range between a particular number to the other. But in the updated version, you will just have to answer 24 questions, which is fixed. Again, in this section, you are being tested on these aspects itself, which is whether you're able to understand, interpret and record detailed content. In addition to that, now I said the question type is different. You see it's note taking here, but in part A, in the new version, it's a gap fill. Now in this particular section, you have untested information also given to you. It's highly scaffolded. That means you have a lot of opportunity to, write down your answers. You will have a lot of opportunities to listen to and find out what are the required answers, because you will have untested information in between. Let's say a patient is talking about his or her complaints, and there are 5 complaints that are listed, out of which probably you just have 2 blanks. Okay, so the rest of the 3 are already filled in for you, which is untested information, and that is the scaffolding that is provided for you. It will help you listen to the right information and also give you lots and lots of time. And yes, you have the points given to you. The untested information will be in bullet points under headings, so it's much easier for you to follow through which aspect of the listening are you listening to and what will come next and what you have already done. So it's very easy for you to follow, and the biggest highlight I would say is its scaffolding technique that has been introduced. So it's going to give you lots and lots of time. I remember earlier students complaining that they don't get a lot of time to really listen and write, because everything is said so quick and probably they're not able to write down everything. But in the updated version, because of untested information given along with the gaps, you have, I would say, good enough time to be able to listen and write properly. Yes, so yes, these patient-led dialogues could be under any healthcare scenario. It need not only be in a medical profession as a doctor. It could be a vet, it could be talking to a physiotherapist, it could be talking to a dentist. So across different medical professions, that's possible. So that's the comparison of the current part A to the updated version of part A. Now let's move on to the current part B. Now currently we just have 2 sections in listening, part A and part B, and in part B you have a presentation or a lecture, and that is also going to be, or that is a 25-minute long audio tape that you're going to listen to. Well, here you have open-ended and fixed choice questions, but yes, the area that you're being tested on is whether you're able to listen to identify the gist, the overall idea, the attitude of the speaker, of course, and the opinions given by people who speak in that particular audio clip. So these are the areas that are being tested in part B of the current OET listening. Now the current OET listening is completely shifted as part C in the updated version. Okay, so though there are 3 parts, the current part B is what is going to change to part C. You again have 2 long presentations there, and it could be an interview with a healthcare professional. But yes, instead of this 25-minute long audio clip, it will only last for 15 minutes. And because you have 2 long presentations, you will have 8 questions each. So that will total up to 16 questions that you will need to answer in part C. And here the question type is 3-option MCQs. So there will be 3 options given to you and you have to choose one out of it. That will be the right answer. And the area that is being tested is the same, that is whether you are able to identify just the attitude and the opinions of the speaker. Now here it will be highly paraphrased. You will not have any options that are completely different. So just by looking at the option, you will not be able to point out, okay, this is completely wrong. All 3 options given to you will be closely related, and probably there is high chance that you will be listening to all these words in the audio, but not all the answer will be right. You just have to choose one right answer. So there is another part in the updated OET listening, which is part B, and that is the new section that is being introduced, and that will be a 10-minute long section with 6 dialogues or monologues. There are 6 short audio clips. It could either be a dialogue or a monologue, and which would last for, let's say, 40 to 60 seconds long. So each recording will be for about 40 to 60 seconds. And the question type there again is 3 options MCQ. And you are being tested on listening for gist, that's there, detail, and speaker listener course of action. whether you're able to identify what action, a joint action is going to be taken by the speakers in that particular audio clip, and about certain details and the overall idea, which is listening for gist. Now, what could come under these 6 dialogues or monologues that are given to you? It is everyday communication that you'll come across in your workplace. So it could be a handover briefing, it could be giving and checking feedback or instructions. It could also be deciding on a joint course of action. Let's say 2 colleagues, 2 nurses are talking or discussing a particular client, and they decide what is to be done next. So it could be a joint course of action, anything that will come across in your everyday workplace. So that's a kind of audio that will be listed under part B of OET Listening. So yes, the new version from September will see a lot of variations in question types. You'll also listen to a lot of different speakers. Here, because you have a single audio clip for 25 minutes and another for 25 minutes, you have limited number of speakers, you know, in the participating in the audio. But yes, in the updated version, you have many more short audio clips that you're going to listen to. So you'll be listening to lots of different voices, lots of different accents. Like, you know, the current OET Listening mainly focuses on the Australian accent, but in the updated version, you'll have many other accents included as well. For example, yes, the Australian will remain. You'll also have British accent, you will have Irish, Canadian, you will have South African. So there are various other accents that will be introduced in your OET Listening in the updated version, which will be active from September 2018. So guys, these are basically the changes that you can expect in the OET Listening, and this is a comparison with the current format, so that you have a very quick idea on what is to expect if you're planning to write from September onwards. So if you need to know more details about this particular concept of OET Listening 2.0 with examples, you'll have to wait for our upcoming videos. But like I said, yes, this is the first of such video in this particular series. Thanks for watching.